He is the former WBC, USNBC light heavyweight champion.
Checkmate.
The former USBA light heavyweight champion.
Checkmate.
Final round.
And the former WBC Continental America's light heavyweight champion.
Checkmate.
Final
He
round.
is your host, Cedric Agnew.
Can I get the D out? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Y'all know what it is, man. This is the Beyond the Gloves podcast, and y'all chilling with your host with the most, Cedric, the big stepper, not the little one. And y'all know I'm chilling with my boy, you know what I'm saying, $1 billion B. Uh, today, yo, today I'm gonna bring y'all something a little bit special, you know what I'm saying? Uh, I'm glad that we had this break in between these fights because, as y'all know, these fights just been happening week after week after week after week after week. I'm glad that we was able to slip this one in because, like I said, when I bought my podcast to uh, Spotify and YouTube and everybody out there who want to hear, you know what I'm saying, my opinion on this sport, I told people that I call my podcast Beyond the Gloves because it's more to a boxer than what you see. It's more to a boxer than just stepping inside that ring. You know what I mean? Like a boxer, he's also a family man. He's also, you know what I'm saying, like a brother. He's also a friend. He's also a provider. He's also a husband. He's also, you know what I'm saying, he's a boxer. Boxers wear many hats, male and female, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be sexist over here, you dig? But wear many hats, man. And like I said, I call it Beyond the Gloves because we talk about other stuff other than boxing. It's just y'all ain't been getting them from me because y'all, hey man, y'all been seeing how these fights been happening week after week after week after week after week. Matter of fact, I'm glad I got this break because next week they starting again, week after week after. So man, I'm glad I was able to slip this one in. You know what I mean? So we can get this one off. Uh, but we talk about boxing. We talk about, protecting your mental health, you know what I'm saying? We talk about the family situations, family issues, you know what I'm saying? Because we're not robots. We're boxers. We're human, man. And I just want to get this one off. So y'all stay locked in with me. And hey, this is guys talk, man. We gonna rap. You did.
You are now listening to the Beyond the Gloves podcast. Subscribe now.
Hey,
Yo,
what's cracking, man? What's cracking? What's cracking?
okay. I wanted to talk about a subject um, that came to me today.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there's a movie that just came out called The Piano Lessons, and it's directed by Denzel Washington's son, Malcolm Washington.
Okay, okay.
His son, John David, plays in it. His daughter produces it. Um, so in one of the interviews I watched, he's explaining the movie, and he talked about legacy, you know, and that made me think of the legacy of my family,
Right.
my father, my mother, and my siblings, and we haven't been on good terms. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been judgmental of my siblings, like oh, my brother's like this or my sister's like this, and it made me like question that in family there's a lot of like in certain families trauma and pain that lives in that family,
Definitely.
and some of us only hold on to that, and we don't see that we're all dealing with the trauma and the pain, and sometimes we end up severing ties with family members because of the hurt we're feeling, but not understanding that sometimes them family members are acting the way they're acting because that's how they deal with the trauma. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So I haven't talked to my siblings in like over a couple to a few years. So I just decided to send that text, and send them a text and, they answered back, and my brother ended up calling me. We talked. I ended up calling my mother. She cried on the phone, and I told her first off like how I felt, like what she did that like hurt me before, just being like, hey, yeah, everything's good.
Yeah.
I let her know like she was the first woman I've ever loved. And but a lot of the things she did to me, not giving like reciprocating that love back, um, was something that has caused me to, treat my wife at times not good, uh, be a fucked up parent at times. And, so I felt like in order for me to be able to like be a better husband, better father, I have to heal the relationships that I had before I had, the wife and the kids, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that word family, like really, what does that mean? Like, is it just the last name that you hold? Or, is there something more like, a lineage of, you know, grandparents? And, even though I didn't really get to know my mother's parents, I know my father's mother, my grandmother, I knew my grandfather, but from my father's side, but there's just so much tied to a family, and I feel like a lot of us come from fractured homes,
Yeah, definitely.
and I feel like we got to start healing them relationships, with our loved ones, man. Even though it may be tough, even though like their energy may be a little off, and it's like, yo, but just always sitting in the seat of judgment, which I've been so guilty of. I feel like I've been the problem, even though I could sit and be like, oh, my brother's this way, or at the end of the day, people are dealing with their trauma, man.
Right, right.
And that's how they deal with it. So I'm just trying to make sure I move forward, not judging, coming from a place of understanding, love, uh, keeping my mind quiet. So when I do get around, you know, my siblings, talk to them, I don't let any noise that they have going on in their head affect my peace.
Gotcha.
So yeah. So what are your thoughts on family, said, and what does it mean to you?
I mean, man, god damn. God damn. Motherfucker. A tearjerker in this motherfucker, ain't it? No, but no, I get what you're saying. Because it's like what you're saying, it resonate with me because I mean, you know what I'm saying? They say hit dog holler, but when you say certain things, it hits home. Like the that feeling you got with that you said you had with your mother. My mother, I didn't have that same feeling. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that same uh upbringing or outlook or you know what I'm saying, like view of my mother because my mother, she was, you know what I'm saying, like she's very loving. You mean
Hmm.
she's what you expect a mother to be. Uh but as I'm raising my kids now, my issue was and hey, we all going through something. So hey, don't hey, this is guys talk. This is a no judge zone. But my issues is, you know what I'm saying, like my father. I mean, like, and I try not to like I try to give him grace because I'm like what the things we don't know is what our parents had to go through growing up, what
Right.
they seen growing up, what the trauma that they probably are still dealing with.
Right.
We are of that generation where we are all about healing our trauma.
Mm,
They not from that generation. They
right.
from the generation of following that shit in and just pushing it to the side. And eventually, like they say, if you don't deal with your trauma one day deal with you.
For sure.
So we all about trying to talk it out, try to figure it out. But my father, he was a hard. You know what I'm saying, he was hard. He wasn't that much about. He ain't that much about like talking to you. You know what I'm saying, like how you would want a father to be. You know what I'm saying? Explaining things to you, talking to you, sitting you down, giving you these life lessons. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't that
Do you know anything about his like history? He's never told you like how he was raised.
like little bits and pieces here and there? I know he said out of all his siblings, like his father wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like his father was like, let's just say, like not a good person. You know what I'm saying? So he was pretty much, you know what I'm saying, helping raising his siblings. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So he had to take that role of being like like big brother, father figure, provider type of guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then some other things that he's seen, growing up that, you know what I'm saying, like could traumatize a kid or could traumatize a teenager. You know what I mean?
Right.
Uh, so that's why I say I try to give him grief, try to give him grace, but I'm like at the end of the day, because I hold too much on to if I'm able to do it, if I'm able to, you know what I'm saying, put these certain things together and think like, no, it shouldn't have been that way. It should be
Right.
this way. You know what I'm saying the older we get, the more we learn, the more we grow. You know what I'm saying, but don't de- like don't deprive yourself of that experience where just learning. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just trying to be a better father, trying to be a better parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I said, like I was speaking about, like what made me think about things like this when I'm dealing with my kids and how my daughter gets. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the things she do, trust me, I could never do with my father. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
my father was like, growing up, we never, like, we respected my father. Uh, we still respect my father to this day. Uh, but we also feared him as well.
Mhm.
And as I got older and started to raise my kids, I'm like, I don't want my kids to fear me. Respect me, love me, yes, but fear me, because when you fear somebody, you're afraid of bringing certain things to them.
Mhm.
So it's like my father. I don't know if he did it purposely. I don't know if he did it unknowingly. Kind of instilled this fear in us. And then also when when I got into the boxing, it made things a little worse. You know what I'm saying? Because how he dealt with us when we was training, uh, unlike any trainer that I've ever yet to deal with in my amateur and my professional career. Uh, and at times, you know what I'm saying, like I wanted to be able to just have a sit down, have a talk with my father, just to kick back how I would want my daughter or my son to talk with me. You know, so what's going on, Pop? Said, man, nothing much. Man, let's go. Let's go
Right.
somewhere and have a, you know what I'm saying, have an outing and just have a father son day, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Want that? My father was he's and my siblings know, you know what I'm saying, like he's not that type of person. He
Mhm.
wasn't he wasn't too talkative, you know what I'm saying? He said very, very few words, and the way he delivered his message when he needed to get something to us, it wasn't in a pleasant way. It was more so in a fearful way. You know what I mean? So I still deal with it to this day. You know what I'm saying, like even like I call home every now and again. I don't call as much as I feel like I should, but at times, what I keep what what kind of holds me back of that is I'm like, look, if you can call this person, if you can call that person, if you can call this, you can call all these people, but you can't call me. Now I know I moved away when I was like 24 or whatever, but uh, I'm still your son. I'm still your kid. I shouldn't always have to reach out, like, cause giving I feel like giving parents that excuse of, man, they're old. No, they can still use the phone. They know how to. I know they know how to because
Mhm.
they call all the other siblings. You know what I'm saying? But like, why you don't reach out to me? And even times like when I call back home, you know what I'm saying? I call most of the time my mom will pick up the phone and she'll be like, "Oh, long time no hear," and I'll be thinking like, "Yeah, but you do know
You
the
can make
phone
that
work
call.
both ways." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because like I'm my only sibling that stays out here. I got a brother who stay in Dallas or whatever, but I'm like, forbid anything was to happen to either of us.
Mhm.
Like, how would they know if if I was going through anything. They don't know because they don't call, they don't check up. You know what I'm saying? I got plenty of siblings that stays back in Chicago who gonna inform me if anything's going on with my parents. But don't break that connection with me. You know what I'm saying? Like continue to call me. You know what I'm saying? So growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like it was
No, I
it was
understand.
tough, you know what I mean?
I understand exactly what you're saying about the calling, and because I felt that way, with my mother. My father and I, we have a really good relationship. Like he's really like my best friend. And but when he was here in the States, and he lived in Houston, he was right around the corner. So our relationship wasn't that we were close, but it was like I can go without seeing him, without talking to him for a while. But now that he's in Bermuda, we talk regularly, and it's him calling me, I call him, and I've had to learn that sometimes, if you want a relationship with someone, you have to sometimes initiate it, because
Yeah.
our parents come from a generation where how old is your father and mother?
Now you gonna put me on the spot like this one,
Yeah,
boy?
for sure.
Man,
For sure. My father's a 51 baby, my mother 55,
I'm gonna
so
say
'73.
my mother, I think my mother and father are in a. Hey, hey,
Don't judge them. You know what
don't
I'm
judge me, okay? I
saying?
got kids of my own. I got a lot of ages up here, man. Hey, but I think my parents are in their late 60s.
Late 60s? Okay.
Yeah, late 60s.
So they coming from a generation then, I mean, they're so set in their ways, and they, you know, it's like there is no changing who they are.
Right.
There's no like you wanting something, like it's like I feel like those relationships have to be with people from, the 50s, the 60s. You have to like with us, we gotta make the relationships what we want of them. And I get, we want to be called sometimes, and we want to be shown like, I'm thinking of you,
Yeah.
but just give what you want to receive, and you just keep giving it. I feel like that's what I'm at in life. It's like I'm no longer looking for, you know like I got a brother who's super selfish. And this dude will tell you, like, yo, I'm gonna do this, do that, and then don't do none of that, and have you like, this mother. I gotta understand, like, that's who he is. Stop looking for, you just bring to the relationship what you want. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we're family. And it's like, we gotta start building some legacy other than, pain and
Yeah.
hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta infuse like love, patience, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, I mean, your father was there, so there's gotta be some level of love, and there's gotta be something there.
No, like, don't get me wrong. I know it's some level of love. I'm not saying like, I'm not saying he don't love me or don't love us. I'm just saying like what you were just speaking of, you know what I'm saying, being of that generation that they are stuck in their ways. And my
Yeah,
father, stuck in his ways.
no
What he
changing.
it's like what he say,
It's law.
not law. What he says is to him is God's law. Like
Yeah,
like look,
for
my
sure.
word, like
For sure.
for instance, him and my brother got into an argument over a certain type of wood that's supposed to be that you can use when you're building a sauna.
Hmm.
My brother was telling him like that's not the wood. Don't get that wood. You will set the house on fire. Don't install that wood. Argue my brother down. Now my brother, mind you, he's a contractor. He built houses. He know about this stuff. My father don't.
Right.
You think he would take advice from my brother?
Hmm.
He's telling him that's wrong wood, wrong wood, wrong wood. My father arguing him down. And when my father argued down, I'm saying if he gets so mad, he'll start cursing you out.
Right.
You don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think a day or two go by, somebody else told my father. I guess the person who sold it to him or whatever, the store he bought it from, told him, no, you can't use that wood. It's the wrong wood. You set the house on fire.
Did he go to your brother and be like,
That's the
yo?
thing. He never went to him and apologized, yo. I'm sorry. My father, how he is,
Yeah.
what he say go. You think he gonna apologize?
Mm.
We gonna just don't he tell my mom, just don't tell him what happened. You know what I'm saying? But he has the wrong wood. But he's just so stuck in his ways,
Yeah.
and I hate that he's like that because like, you got to understand some of these things that your parents have in them, they instill in you,
For sure.
and sometimes they do it because it was instilled in them. So they not knowing that they're doing it to you is accidental. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not doing it purposely
At all.
but the thing is they don't know because this was so deeply bred into them that
Right.
they doing it to their kids, and
It's a cycle.
it's gonna keep going. You know what I'm
Cyclical.
saying? So I come from the generation of, you know what I'm saying, like you, we gotta break this cycle because we gonna just pass this shit down to our kids, and I don't want that to happen. Like, and I really do thank Allah for giving me girls because I think if my first child was a boy, I would have instilled that same stuff in him.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because that's what happened with my son and I. Like we just got into an argument. Just thinking back, it's like, what were we even arguing about? But my son, how you talked about instilling fear.
Yeah.
I walked around with fear in me, and that's what I put in him. And you know, that fear then turned to anger. He's angry, just like I was when I was in my 20s. And it's like a carbon copy of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't, you know, put the same energy I was vibrating on, I gave to my son. So it's tough, man, because it's like I'm on this path of trying to grow. I'm 43 now, and I'm trying to be a better human being. And it's like trying to have a relationship with my son who is the old me is so hard. It's like
I bet.
and as much patience as I try to have, it's like still it's tough, man. It's tough. So I don't know, man. It's just this with family, it's like I made up with my siblings, my mother, and then now me and my son. It's like it's just this trauma, man. It's like you just can't cut it away like and amputate it. It's like seems like it's always gonna be a part of family.
Yeah.
It's like always gonna, somehow be entrenched in a family. And I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Like I just look at it like it's something that daily that we deal with, and sometimes I'm saying because coming from the generation that we come from, we are learning to deal with our trauma, but sometimes we also suppress our trauma too
For
because
sure.
it's certain parts of that trauma that you don't want to deal with or that you're not quite ready to deal with at that moment. So
Right.
you push it to the wayside. You suppress it a little bit. It's like, for instance, like with my daughter. Now, my daughter, she have everything that I have in me. She's goofy. She's loving. She's caring. She's supportive. She's all of that, but she's also like the things what she don't have that I have is the confidence, uh, the self awareness, uh, uh, not the arrogance, but the cockiness. And when I say cocky, I speak cocky because when I know I'm gonna do something, I know I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't nothing you can tell me to let me know that I can't achieve what I set my mind to, what I said I'll do.
Right.
Those are things that she likes. She's and she's one thing that I don't have that she have in her, and I think she have too much of it, is being sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
When I say sensitive, she's overly sensitive, but it's to a point that I can show her I love her.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell her I love her, but somehow I don't know if it's her friends that she's hanging with at school. I don't know if it's the things that she's seeing on her phone, or I don't know if it's the years of her mom telling her stuff about me, and those things are still embedded in her head that she think I don't love her, or she think I don't care about her. You know what I mean? So those are things that I still battle with her, because I'm like, at the end of the day, I got you when you was 7, 8 years old.
Wow.
If I didn't want you, if I didn't love you, I wouldn't have took on that responsibility, knowing that I didn't have to.
Right.
You asked to come stay with me. I could have been like, nah, I got too much going on, because my career was still.
Mm-hmm.
So I was still taking big fights then, but I could have been like, no. But when she said she wanted to come stay with me, it kind of made my heart melt. I'm like, wow. At that moment, I'm like, yo, I went from being a single bachelor, you know what I'm saying,
To a single dad.
to a single dad. I'm
Word.
just like, bam, bam.
Right.
And it's like the stuff we deal with her. I'm not gonna say it's on a daily, but it's more often than what I would want. You know what I'm saying, because she's, like I said, she's super sensitive. She's definitely in touch with her sensitive side, and so it's certain things that she questioned me about, and we was talking like a few weeks ago, and honestly, she brought me to tears, because she was just uh she was just asking me things, and she was asking me, did I even want her to come stay here? Do I love her? Why I don't tell her I love her enough? Why you don't do this? Why you don't do that? And or like I said, she came stay with me when she was about 7 to 8 years old. I was with their mom, her mom, from when she was born until she was about 2, 3 years old. Then I came to move to Texas. So she was, asking like, why did you move? Why did you did you not want me? Did you move away from me? So I think these was all things that her mom put in her head. So uh, it's a constant battle with that. But so it's a lot of mistakes that I had to tell her. It's a lot of mistakes with her that I made, that because she got uh, two younger siblings, the twins, and she sometimes think I love them more. It's not that I love them more. I tell her that I'm like that with them because of what I've learned with you.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was the same way with you with them, I'll be basically repeating the same trauma, and I'll be instilling this in them.
Mm-hmm.
Then I also had to tell her, like, this is the part where she brought me to tears. I also had to tell her, like, because this is one thing that I didn't know, that I had to confront myself. I'm like, you have to understand, you know what I'm saying, you gotta, accept my apology for what I've done, when I put my career ahead of my child. But you also have to understand too, when I had you, I was only 22 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, honestly, yes, we had you, but was I really ready to be a father?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm learning on the job, and
Right.
I wasn't running from my responsibility, but I was just still being a kid. I'm still literally, 22, and a man at 22, he's still a kid. He still got a lot of learning to do,
For sure.
which I had to do.
Brain ain't fully
You know what I'm
developed.
saying? Definitely. And I was doing a lot of running around, you know what I'm saying, messing with girls, flying out the country, going to go train, going to, you know what I'm saying, going to get ready for fights. I was doing a lot at that age, and I wasn't ready to sit down and be a father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I made a lot of mistakes, and I had to
You told her this?
yeah, I had to you know, because like I said, I'm trying to be what my father wasn't with me, with my daughter, so she
Right.
understands, so she don't grow up thinking that yeah, so she don't grow up not having these answers. So
Right.
I had to give her that closure to, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, to mend that part that that she had in her that was giving me a little pushback when she just wasn't understanding.
Right.
Like I'm saying, like I told her, she felt that I love the twins more than I love her.
Mm,
And I had to tell her, like I said, it's not that I love the twins more than I love you. It's that I made my mistakes with you.
hmm
Uh, so
And your life is in a whole nother, you know, a whole nother realm now.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
no
definitely,
longer professionally fighting,
definitely.
and there's so many
Mhm.
different dynamics
Yeah.
now, you know?
So just trying to get her to understand that,
Right.
and yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like she brought me to tears, but because I was I was I was saying something that I didn't know that was happening.
Mm,
Because as a boxer, we're just going through at times when we're training, we're just going through the motion. We just our days are just pass our weeks are passing by like days. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And uh when sometimes we get those moments we sit, where we sit down and have to basically,
Reflect.
be reflect and be true with ourselves. I had to think about that. And I'm like, oh, like when I had her, I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to be a father.
Mm.
I want to still be out. When I say out in the streets, I don't mean like out in the street selling drugs, doing this, doing. Uh, yo, I was
I
out.
know.
You
I know.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the guys. Hey, y'all know. You know what I'm saying? But
hmm
I was young.
For sure.
And I was one of those young, like confident guys. You know what I'm saying? I knew what I possessed. I knew who I was.
Right.
I walked like it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I talked like it. I was that. Like I said, hey, it's not just in boxing. I was really Timothy. You know
I
what I'm
was
saying?
about to say him.
You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't ready to be a father.
mm,
But once I got her and started to raise her, uh, I started to really realize, you know what I'm saying, all these moments in her life that I missed out. Especially I started to realize it when the twins was born.
mm,
All these moments that, from the first time you walk, I have to, you know what I'm saying, when the first time, when she walked, but this, this, the kindergarten, the first grade, the second grade. I missed all of that.
yeah.
Those first yeah,
Milestones.
those first daddy daughter dances. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I missed all that out with her. You know what I'm saying? Now granted, I used to fly to Minnesota, back and forth to Minnesota to go visit, but I called myself at that time. I called myself like a pop in dad because I pop in when it's Christmas,
Mm,
pop in when it's her birthday,
right.
or just pop in just in cause. But I was only staying for like 2 3 days and I leave again. You know what I'm saying? Those moments when I leave again, it was like it was like it was like she just lost her best friend or something. You know what I'm saying? Because she'd cry her eyes out.
Wow.
And like I said, man, just learning,
Yeah.
And so I'm still growing today because the job is not done yet.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? And we still learning, man. So
Yeah. I'm still. My kids are. I got a 25-year-old son, 22-year-old daughter, 21-year-old daughter, and 13-year-old daughter, and it's still tough, man. It's still tough. It's still like, because I'm still that, as much as I hate to admit it, it's like I'm still that boy who wants that love from his mother, and that, you know, over here, this man is being a boy when it comes to certain situations and, wanting to, beef with my son and raising my voice, getting upset and, you know, just not, not really fully healing from that trauma. And that's why I'm glad when I talked to my mother today, I was able to, tell her how I felt, and tell her how she made me feel. Cause being able to like say it out loud and kind of like be on good terms with her, I'm hoping now, I can start moving forward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cause we don't be getting therapy, you know what I'm saying? We don't be, so it's like we gotta put in the work. So I just wanna be I really do wanna be a better father.
Yeah.
I really wanna be a better husband. Um and just an all around better human being, man. Like I really wanna vibrate on some, you know, gratitude, not being in the mode of being judgmental, like understanding that my son is going through things that I went through. So giving him that grace,
Yeah.
you know, understanding my mom's trauma, giving her that grace, you know, just trying to make sure our family, this last name, you know, means something more than just pain, trauma, hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like love gets put in there too. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
No,
What I'm,
I feel you. No, I feel you. I feel what you're saying, man.
yeah, so I mean, I think personally you should call your father.
No, definitely. That's as you were saying it, I was just thinking the same thing. And I was
Yeah,
also thinking like how you spoke about your mom. You know what I'm saying? Like you just want that love from your
yeah,
mom.
man.
And that's how I feel about my father. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I get it from my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
get it from my mom. But uh
So we're on the opposites. Like
yeah,
I get it from my father. You
yeah,
don't get it from my mother. You
yeah,
get
I
it
get
from your mom's
definitely.
word.
And it's like when it comes to my father, it's like I always reflect back to my childhood. And it's like I'm still a boy,
Mm, yeah.
because
Oh, I know. I know what you mean.
because it's like competing. He used to work my corner a lot. Or even training, his way of delivering his message and talking to me, it wasn't the most pleasant thing you would want to hear as a child. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna repeat some of the things he was saying, but it just wasn't some of the most pleasant things you would want to hear. Uh, and even at times when I win a fight, if I just was doing real good, then had a bad moment in that fight, but then end up knocking my opponent out, I was still gonna get drilled. I wasn't gonna be. It, let's just say it wasn't enough of, man, you did your thing, son. I'm proud of you. Congratulations, man. It wasn't enough of that. It was way more. You should have did this. You should have did that. You should have did this. You should have did that. Why didn't you do this? What the hell you doing? It was too much of that versus.
You think maybe he was trying to live through you?
That's another thing I was thinking. As I got older, I started to think like maybe my father was living vicariously through me.
Yeah.
Like maybe because he wanted to be a boxer.
Mm,
So maybe because he wasn't, he just wanted me. Even like I told you, one of his favorite fighters was Smoking Joe Frazier.
mm-hmm,
And Joe Frazier way of fighting, he fought like that because he was short.
mm-hmm,
My father, he was short. You know what I'm saying? My father, he's only about 5'7", 5'8". But one time I can remember back when he had me in the garage. That's what our gym was at, in the garage. That was one of the gyms I trained at was in the garage. Had me on the heavy bag doing 12 rounds, fighting like Joe Frazier.
mm.
Why am I fighting like I'm 5'6" and I'm 6 feet tall? People who I'm gonna be fighting gonna be either my height or a little shorter. You get me fighting like a short man, but uh, since that was his favorite fighter,
Yeah.
he want me to fight like that because that's how he would have fought. So he was trying to live through me, and I think that at times when I have those shortcomings in fights, he chewed me the hell out because maybe he felt like he lost. So now you finna get what I probably would have got from my father if I would have lost. So he was
Right.
but that's what I felt he was doing. As a kid, I don't know because I'm a kid, so I don't know no better.
Right.
But as an adult, he was instilling that trauma in me. You know?
Did you meet your grandfather, his father?
No, I never met him.
So your
To my
family,
knowledge, I mean, if I met him when I was 3, 4 years
yeah.
old, look. I was a boxer, man. I don't know if y'all memories can go back that far when you was 3, 4 years old. I know somebody told me they remember when they was born. You a damn lie. But no, I mean, I don't recall.
all the families from Chicago though.
That I
That's where
told.
y'all were.
That's where we from. Yeah,
Okay.
Chicago. Yeah, but like my mom's mom, yeah. My father's mom, yeah. But my
Grandfather, no.
my mom's dad,
A little bit.
in Spanish, you go un poquito. Just a little bit.
Right.
But my father's dad, no. You know, and
So your grandmother, your father's mother, was she like around? Did you
yeah, she was around. She wasn't around. She was around, but uh, growing up, we was mostly around my mom's mom. Because when my father worked, my mother worked, or she'll be out with her sisters or something, going somewhere, going grocery shopping or whatever she had to go. And my mom's mom will always watch us. It's either my mom's mom or my mom will leave us home with some terrorists.
Who the terror?
My brother Mike, my brother Aunt. When she left us home with my brother Aunt, you know what I'm saying Aunt. He was more he was like somewhat of a father figure too because he instilled discipline in us. So he taught us, and you know what I'm saying so. You know what I'm saying he kept that fatherly structured thing going on.
Where's Aunt at now?
Aunt is who I was just on the phone with. Aunt, he's back and forth in South Carolina and Chicago, so he bounced back and
Okay.
forth. But if she left us home, my brother Mike, trauma, trauma all over again, man.
Damn.
Trauma all over again. Only because his way of dealing with the younger siblings was to
Bully?
definitely. So he'd blindfold us and sit us on a stool, punch us in our chest.
Wow.
Yeah. So like, let's just say I could have suffered a few concussions that I don't know about.
That's crazy because I had the same, my brother Aswad and my brother Sashim, which are the two oldest brothers. They would tell me to flex,
Yeah.
and they would like like I think they put everything in it, and they called me B Rock because oh man, you could take, come on, like they would go ahead, let watch flex, and they would bam, punch me in my chest as a kid. And to me, that was like, older brothers are
Yeah.
giving me some attention, some love. Like they were something else, man. They were like, I'm 11 years old, 10 years old. They would sneak out, go to some girl's house, bring me with them. We'd catch a cab over. I'd be raiding some girl's fridge. Her parents asleep. And, I had some really wild older brothers, who were, they were something else. They weren't the best of influence on a young buck back then, but nah. Uh, yeah, so they used to punch me in the chest, man. That shit was wild.
Yeah.
That shit was wild.
Crazy. I'm saying like, but I mean, I don't know, man. Like I look at it like that's family. You know what I'm saying
Yeah.
like we were just speaking about, like, with the father thing. It's like, what I tell myself. I'd be like, cause I like I told you. I be wanting them to call me, but I know they ain't. But then I'm telling myself, man, I'm gonna call them, man. And then, I'm like, I'm gonna call them tomorrow. Tomorrow I get here, I'm like, I get so busy with other stuff, I forget. I'm like, I'll call me next day. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I be wanting to call, but it's also too. One thing I hated, like I said, I hate it. I mean, I hated it with a passion, man. Like I said, when it comes to my father, I'm still like that little boy.
Mm.
And it's one thing I hated with a passion. It's when I call my father, I'm calling just to check on you, see how you
Yeah.
doing, have a conversation with you. First thing he used to always resort back to is boxing.
Mm.
I had enough of bad, run-ins with boxing. Boxing,
Especially with him and
yeah,
you
yeah.
too, you know?
Boxing, some days it'll love you, some days it'll hate you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And boxing is, it's all about what have you done for me lately.
Right.
So at times, if I'm not getting a fight or if I'm, frustrated over, I'm saying, like, an outcome of a fight negotiation or a fight, and sometimes I'll call back home just to check on, I'm saying, the parents or whatever. And father, he just always has something negative to say.
Mm.
Even when it came to me moving down here, he had something negative to say.
Right.
Shouldn't have got with those people anyway. These people weren't doing this, they weren't doing that. Let me tell you, they might not have been doing this, they might not have been doing that, but you know what they was doing? It was keeping me active.
Mm.
Signed with a manager who was doing what a manager's supposed to do.
Mm.
What you wanted me to do, stay in Chicago and continue to not fight?
Right.
Because my first manager died. When he died, I wasn't getting no fights. And I
Mm.
was locked into a contract with the person that my manager left his company to.
Oh shit.
I was locked in a contract with him who didn't know how to promote a boxer. So he put me on
Mm.
the shelf. So at that time I'm an 11-0 professional fighter, a young prospect, a,
Shelf.
a young talented prospect, chef.
Mm.
And my advisor, Malcolm Garrett, you know what I'm saying, shout out to you, came to me with a proposal. Like, I got this manager who's looking to sign you. He got out the boxing game, but he's looking to come back and he want to sign you. The only thing is, you have to move to Houston. Moment he said he have to move, I said, when we leave.
Mm.
I'm a boxer, man. I'm a fighter. At the end of the day, I'm a fighter.
Right.
I need to be in the ring. And you know what I'm saying, my father, he didn't like the move.
When you were gonna make the move, like you sat down with him, had to talk,
No,
you just
I
made the
just
move.
I just made the move. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying, like, I didn't sit down with anybody and talk, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, like, I felt like this is my career.
Yeah.
When I'm making moves based off of my career, my future, at the end of the day, you're not getting in there taking punches. You're not in the gym training. You're not putting in these countless hours in the gym, months, years. You're not doing that. I'm doing that. So if I fail, I'm gonna fail. You're not gonna fail with me. Let me do this myself. This is something that I have to do.
But you think he could be sitting with that though, and like a little upset with you that you didn't, like confide in him, like, Dad, hey, I'm gonna, at least give him like the heads up.
I don't know, because at that time, I mean, still my father, he wasn't training me.
Mm.
My father stopped being my trainer when I was maybe 15, 14,
Okay.
15. Only because he kept getting, like, in amateur boxing, when you fight in these big tournaments,
Mm-hmm.
these nationally ranked tournaments, you can't coach from the corner. Like,
Mm.
your fighters in there, you can't be like, jab cross. You have to wait. You
Oh,
can't coach
okay.
from the corner. You can only coach when your fighter come back to the store.
Right.
Uh, and my father, he didn't care. He had coach from the corner. If the referee tell him, the referee, that what they'll do is they'll call break. They'll look at your corner and tell your trainer. They'll do
Shut
like that.
him up.
They'll do
Yeah.
like that. They just do the hand like that. That's a
Mm-hmm.
gesture of just saying, "Yo, shut
Mm-hmm.
up."
For real.
My father, he'll still go off. And he
Oh, so he might have got kicked out of some
a few times. He got
he
kicked out.
said a few
He
times.
got kicked out so much that he couldn't work my corner no more. Because so he felt that it was best to have somebody else work my corner. Let me just stay on the outside because I can yell all I want if I'm in the crowd. Yell all I want. But also what he's, you know what I'm saying, what he's not knowing is that's more baggage on your fighter or your son, because I might not get the nod.
Mm,
You know, it can be a close fight and they could not like you and give me the loss because,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like, so
Yeah, man.
but so when it came to like you was talking about, did I have that talk with him? No, I didn't have that talk with him. Like I said, it was a it was a me decision,
Mm,
you know. And I felt like, my mother knew I was leaving. My father, they knew I was leaving. I
mm,
told them, but I ain't, give them the initial sit down and
right.
saying like I ain't, not that moment.
But do you think not having that sit down and all that had to do with how your relationship was, though? How it wasn't you and him or not? Like,
I don't know. I mean, I can speculate and say possibly, but I can also speculate and say even if I did, the relationship would probably still be the same because how he talked to me as he was my trainer.
mm,
You know,
yeah, but that's why I'm thinking like maybe you were like, man, you don't need to, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
about to make this
also,
move,
yeah. And
you
then
know?
like as I think back a few years ago, maybe like in 2016, maybe 15, 16, my brother Mike, he called me and he was telling me, I guess he made it, had a talk with, our dad or whatever. And he was like, yeah, man, he was suggesting that I move back to Chicago and have my father train me,
Mm.
which was laughable to me. I'm like, fuck no. I would never have my father train me because if you are still that same person
Right.
who didn't heal that person,
Hmm.
you can't talk to your now grown son in the corner like that. If you talk to me like that, I'm liable to tell you get the hell out of my corner
Mm.
because you're not talking to me. You're talking at me.
Right.
I need coaching.
Hmm.
My father, he didn't coach you when he came to the corner. When he came to the corner, if you wasn't doing what you were supposed to be doing, it wasn't coaching. It wasn't. He didn't come to the corner with instruction. He didn't come to the corner with, "Yo, keep your head off the line. Step to his right. He's keeping you with his punch. Step to your right. Keep stepping and jab and go to the body. This, that, and the other."
Mm.
He wasn't like that. It was
Right.
more so, "What the f- you doing? You getting your motherfucking ass whooped. Wake the hell up. What you doing?
Right.
You out there looking like a damn bum." It was that. And then he sends you back out there. Like, what are you sending me out here with? You
Mm.
gave me no instruction. So if I go out there and get my ass whooped some more, what you
Mm.
gonna do? Come back to the corner and chew me out again? You gave me no instruction.
Right.
Give me some direction. You are my eyes outside the ring. I can't see what you can see.
Mm. But let me just play devil's advocate. I feel like it's maybe he was too inexperienced to really get. Maybe your pops was a lover of boxing, and like do you think he put in all the work to really be able to train you like you needed to? You know.
When I became like once I got to that level of being an open fighter and then also an elite fighter, no,
Mm,
I outgrew your teachings.
right.
As I'm a novice fighter, yeah, because basically as a novice fighter, I'm just fighting. I'm not boxing. I'm
Right.
fighting.
Yeah.
This is a fight. I'm in a
For
fight.
sure.
And I know how to fight.
Yeah.
I'm from the hood. I know how to fight.
Right.
I grew up with 8 other brothers. We
Yeah.
know how to fight.
Straight
I
up.
fought them. We know how to fight. So as a novice fighter, I'm just fighting. So as I got to that advanced level,
Hmm.
now it's more about what's up here. It's more about thinking. More about being strategic.
But maybe
The move.
say he didn't grow
That's
to
what I'm
be able
saying.
to
So
give you.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like,
So maybe he didn't, but because like, I'm still a kid.
yeah.
So just because you didn't grow,
Hmm.
at what point are you going to take the initiative and be like, you are way further advanced? Like you are farther. advanced than what I can give you, what I can teach you. I'm gonna give you to these people.
Not from the era of that our parents grew
Yeah,
up in.
I mean, and yeah, I know that,
You
but
know,
what I say is, you live long enough, you would experience something. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that you probably never thought you would experience. If you live long enough, uh, what's wrong? Like how we talking, right?
hmm
And how we can think back and be like, yeah, I did this, or I should have did this, or
hmm
I shouldn't. So you're saying our parents are too old to reflect?
My father's saying is a fool at 40 is a fool for life. And what I think he means is that not that it's just once you get to a certain age, there is no changing you. You know,
What?
yeah, because I
So
truly,
so 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 you don't think an old dog can learn new tricks?
um, it all depends on if the old dog is implementing things in his life to be able to, because it's like if you're doing the same thing, if you're living the same life and you're not, you know, putting anything new to help you change, there is no change. You're constantly going to be who you are because you're constantly living the same life. Like one thing I've used to help me change in my life is I journal every morning.
Right.
Every morning I get to work, I journal. If me and the wife got into a fight the night before, I'm a journal about it. And it gives me clarity, perspective. You know, it helps me be honest with myself and not try to just see it from my own, like, oh, this motherfucker was this. It's really a way to be honest with myself. And that's something to help me change who I am getting older and older by constantly putting my thoughts down. But I feel like people who are just constantly, you go to work, come home, pay your bills, them people can't change. You can't if you are get to a certain age because I truly believe when your brain, it creates these neural pathways. And so it's like you can just live and you ain't even got to think. You like an autopilot. You know what I'm saying? Like you be driving to work and don't even like you in autopilot. So those type of people, nah, I don't feel like. And so like I feel like my mother, you know, she's gonna be forever who she is. There's not. I mean, and I love that.
So you don't think that, like, you don't think that there's a talk that can be had and they can just, you know what I'm saying,
No.
they can acknowledge their bullshit.
Like my mother, she cried today and she said she was sorry. And I felt that.
Have you ever done that before?
No.
Well, see, that's a breakthrough right there.
Nah.
Come on, man. How you can't tell us if she never done it before? How you can't say
Because
it's a
I've never
breakthrough?
came to her before and actually been like, yo,
But you
this
done it.
affected me.
But you done it now,
Right.
and she cried.
Yeah, and she
So
was like, she was like, Waj, I haven't talked to you in so long, and I could feel the energy there. But one thing I understand, my mother's been through. I'm not about to air out her dirty laundry, but my mother's been like through a lot of traumas, like, as a child, what happened to her. Uh, so someone like that is like she could be okay today, and then tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? It could be some you going through it with her, you know what I'm saying? So because that person has to on a day it's like you got to always be in the now. And I feel like a lot of us are not always in the moment. We let emotions um sway us too much. We get too, caught in emotions and we don't let our head, our better mind, like, you know, take over the situation. We emotional and it's just, traumas is fucking affecting our emotion. So nah, I don't think I just truly believe that my mother's gonna be forever who she is, you know, and that's it. And I just accept her now for that. It's like, yo, if she does come with some bullshit one day when I'm talking to her, and it affects me, then that's on me.
Yeah.
When I come to her from now on, I'm gonna come to her like, hey, how you doing, beautiful? What you do today? This and that. If she wants to make it about something, then it is what it is. But I'm not going to, look for anything from her anymore.
Right.
Like looking for that love. Like, how could someone give love if she's not giving it to herself?
Right.
Why wouldn't she give, to her son, I mean, she doesn't have the capacity to do that. Maybe your father doesn't have the capacity to be able to, see that I hurt my son and I traumatized him by, you know, not giving him, sound advice when he was boxing and, you know, putting my hand on his shoulder and telling him, yo, you did good today, son. I love you. Like, you know, maybe he didn't have them tools to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And, we don't know what he went through.
Yeah.
Your father could have probably went through the same thing you were going through. And it's not right what he did to you. That doesn't justify it. But hurt people,
Yeah. Definitely.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because that's like I could have definitely used that, and maybe I could have been even better fighter, knowing that. I'm saying, because being talked to like that, you just think you're shit. You
Mm-hmm.
don't think you're good enough, and maybe at times when I made it to that elite level in the professionals,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I had those shortcomings because I didn't believe in myself. Now I'm confident on this level where I know, like, this dude have nothing. This dude can't beat me. If I had both arms tied behind my back,
Right.
he's not on my level. But when it came to that point where I'm fighting people
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little better than me,
And you face a little adversity
yeah,
that
like
then
nah,
that
I
I see it.
self doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe a
Mm-hmm.
self doubt because you ain't shit. What the hell you doing? You a bum.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't understand what it does to you, and what it will eventually do to you if you keep being talked to like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we don't know. You know what I mean?
Nah, I believe stuff like that. Like we went to a Buddhist temple. There's a Buddhist temple on Bel Air. Me, my wife, and my daughter were going there, and then they like gave my daughter, I forget what it was, but they gave her some. It was rice or something. One she had to like pray over and like meditate over, and the other one she had to leave alone and uh put like negative thoughts and and like there was an actual difference
Yeah,
in what and it was like two little petri dishes, and you seen the difference of how the mold grew in the negative one versus the one where she was praying over. And this was when Soul was probably 7, 8 years old. We were going to the Buddhist temple. So I truly believe that, I mean, there's been proven where plants they put certain music, classical music, and the plants grow and flourish, and they put heavy metal loud and the plants, die and decay. So it's proven that, you know, words and energy and what you put on someone can definitely affect them and
yeah,
harm them, for sure. Hmm.
yeah, man. But I mean, I say we are of that age too that we can, even if we do got parents like that, we are of that age where we can try to help heal that trauma.
Hmm.
I mean, we can go back to our parents and talk. And if they don't get it, they don't get it. I'm saying we can't cry and be pissy over it. We just got to know that, look, I tried,
Right.
And I mean, I'm gonna get there.
Yeah, so maybe you don't have to
saying,
like
like,
have the talk with
I'm
your
gonna get
father.
there, but I'm
But
saying, like I want to have a talk with him because I'm like, I it's like he would never know what what he have done if he's never told.
right. But maybe just instead of like just calling up, hey, I want to talk. Like maybe just start off by just calling him up and just having just a random talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
nothing.
I do that sometimes.
You know?
I do that sometimes. I get uninterested in the conversation once he bring up boxing, and
Mm.
it's like, so how's the boxing going?
And that's maybe the opening that you need.
Like,
If that's what he's gonna bring, he's
like,
like,
I
hey, Dad, let
like
me talk to you about
like
something
I
now.
don't want to talk about boxing no more.
Yeah,
I don't like if it's just a random individual, like say it's you,
yeah.
man, say what you think about this. That. I talk about boxing with you. I talk about
Mm-hmm.
boxing with you know what I'm saying like
Mm-hmm.
anybody, not
Right.
anybody, but the people who are knowledgeable to the sport.
Word.
I don't mind. But when he bring it up, it's like it's
Nah.
I feel like his negativity is coming with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then I think he said something, and maybe it might be old age. Who knows? But he said something. I think the last time we spoke with him, he was like, "So you're not fighting no more?" I haven't fought since 2017.
Where you been? Where you been, Pops?
You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't fought since 2017. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
so, uh, even when I fought in 2017, like I was, I tried to be so disconnected because I knew he was gonna come with negative energy at times. Because it's like if he don't agree with it, he ain't with it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I fought Bivol, he ain't even, I don't even think he knew I was fighting Bivol. I think the only person who really knew back home was probably my brother Ant, uh, because he always stayed connected with my boxing career because
He was like the father figure you were saying, yeah.
and also earlier in my pro career, I assigned him to be my co-manager. So
Mm-hmm.
he was making sure everything.
Tapped in.
Yeah, so he make sure that you know what I'm saying I don't get screwed over when it comes to these big meetings. You know what I'm saying, yeah. So
Yeah, so you think if you was to make the call, he's gonna end up talking about boxing soon after?
I'll say him talking about boxing. If I was to call him, like let's say if I was to call him right now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm more than 99.99999% sure that he's gonna bring
Yeah,
up boxing.
boxing. I think you know what. I'm not a psychiatrist, they're not, but I feel like because there's that tension and friction still there in that relationship between you and him, and I feel like he brings it up, you don't want to talk about it, and there's that energy that's still existing between you and him.
It's like maybe it's like what you said. Maybe once when I do call him, if he do, I'm saying like bring up boxing, like maybe I should just tell him, uh, I never like talking about boxing with you
For real.
because
Be honest, for
it
real.
was always attached with something negative. If
Mm.
I was doing good, I wasn't with the right people. If I was doing bad, you shouldn't have been with them anyway.
And maybe you should give a disclaimer before, like, look, Dad, I love you. Don't take this the wrong way, but I just want to be honest with you and let you know, how this made me feel. Just hear me out for a second, so he don't think maybe you're coming at him. Like, hear me out for a second,
Yeah, and that's what I felt. That's what held me off for so long because I felt like if I did do it, I don't want my parents to feel like I'm attacking them. I'm not attacking you.
Right.
I don't want you to hate me or get a little dislove for me by the message I'm about to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not about to deliver this message out of anger. I'm delivering it from a place of healing,
Mm-hmm.
illness. I had to get through this myself to be able to bring it to you.
Right.
So as I'm working through this moment, I need you to work through it with me because this is here's your answer why I act the way I act when it comes to calling, when it comes to wanting to talk to you about this situation. Tell me your reason why you act the way you act when it came to training me, or when it came to talking about boxing, or when it came to just giving me appreciation. When it came to just, I'm your son. Give me my flowers. I achieved so much. Now, mind you, my brother Mike box, my brother Andre box, my brother Matthew box, my brother Lorenzo box, brother Frankie box, and my brother Isaiah. I got 6 other brothers that box. None of them stuck with it.
Mm.
That should have been enough. You stuck with it, son.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But no, I was always trued out. I was always trued out. Like, give me my flowers. Like, I done more than what all your other sons did in this sport. I done more than what anybody in our family did in boxing and sport in this sport. I had an uncle who professional boxer. Uh my little brother, he turned pro, got involved in some, you know what I'm saying, little street activities. But I've done big things in this sport.
Right.
Winning 3 regional titles, you know what I'm saying? The titles that led me to fighting for the world title.
Mm.
I've done it though, you know,
Yeah.
becoming the number 1 amateur in the world at light heavyweight, traveling the world, going to Sweden to represent the U.S. in the Sweden Box Cup, winning gold, uh, going to U.S. championships, winning gold, going to the under-19 national championships, winning gold, Junior Olympics, winning gold. Like, I achieved so much in this sport.
Right.
When do I get my flowers?
But what if he's not able to uh the way he when you come to him this way and he doesn't react how you expect him to react, are you going to be able to be okay with him still coming with maybe an aggressive tone and being like,
I think I will be. You know,
okay.
only reason I say I think I will be okay with if he came at me with an aggressive tone, because it's expected.
Okay.
What would throw me off if he approached it with a sensitive heart, understanding.
Right.
That's when I'd be like, system need to reboot real quick. Hold on, hold on. This a different dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this feel more like dad.
Mm-hmm.
This feel more like, you know what I'm saying, my protector. This feel more like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Because me as a father too, I understand this language now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I understand this. But if he was to be, oh, you should have, I expected that.
Mm.
I expected that. You just took me back to my childhood. Now, now you reminded me
Right.
what kept me away for so long. You know?
Man, I feel like, learning your father's like history somewhat, and trying to tap into, why he is the man he is will be able to give you some understanding.
And that's my, maybe that's just me, but
Mhm.
that's my struggle. I feel like as an adult, like,
Mhm.
you are not a kid. Now, what you've been through in your childhood, yes, may have molded you and changed you in so many ways.
Right.
Things you had to see, things you had to unknowingly be exposed to.
Mhm.
But as an adult, you have to make up your mind. Because as a human,
Mhm.
we get 2 things every day. We get a chance and a choice.
For sure.
What chances are you going to take, and what choices are you going to make? It's your choice if you choose to continue to live your life how you lived your life
For
when you were
sure.
16.
For sure.
To be a 40-year-old man still living like you was when you were 16, it's crazy. It's
It
idiotic.
is. Yeah. For sure.
If I was the same person today
Mhm.
at the age of 37, yeah, I know I was there. You know what I'm saying? I know I look young. Shout out my black jeans.
Straight up.
No, if I was the same person at 37 as I was at 17, I wouldn't be here talking with you right now. Or I'd be on some bullshit. If I was the same person at this age than I was 5 years ago, still had to mature in certain areas of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I still had to grow. I still have to have the mental knowledge to know how to deal with certain people, how to talk with certain people. I used to just talk to people how I want to talk to them, just because I felt like, look, you either hear me or you don't hear me.
Word.
You gonna understand what I'm saying? Or you ain't, or what? You know what I'm saying. But then I had to find out that I don't know what experience I've been through, but something told me up here like, look, said you can't talk to everybody like that because everybody's not gonna get your message. You get it like that because you're different.
Mm-hmm.
So you get it. Meet them where they are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let them catch up. Let them move at their own pace. Don't force feed them information that they're not ready to receive yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yo,
But you said it just there, like said you know, everybody, you know, we're all human, but our brains all don't work the same. And a lot of us, you know, I've been around a lot of grown men, like, who are childish as fuck. Like,
definitely.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I know some to this day.
Yeah. So, and it's like, you know, always try to put in my head that sometimes people like can't change because of this. Like, is like, it's molded and they don't know how to create new neural pathways. They don't know how to, you know, do things different. You know what I'm saying? Change to them is scary. It's like, what? Change? Why the fuck I need to
Matter of
change?
fact, that's the point I was about to make. I feel like as an adult, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's okay for you to, you know what I'm saying, have your little, fuck ups as as a kid or whatever. As you become an adult, uh, why am I gonna continue to give you these excuses? Man, they was born at this time. They was born back in the day. The thing you man, because the generation before them
Mm-hmm.
went through different experiences.
But said that's life.
Should we continue? But yeah, I hear you on that.
It's like,
But should we continue to make excuses for them?
it's not that we're making excuses. We have to,
Because we've been through our own shit as well.
no, for sure. But you have to be able to see things from the perspective of someone else. And it's like our children are growing up in an age now where these phones are like fucking like,
You ain't gonna
yo,
tell me.
like
You
how
ain't gonna
you
tell
talked
me.
about, you know, with your daughter and feeling like, you know, like the wanting the love and that attention. A lot of that is from these phones. You
That's what
know,
I'm
they're
telling.
insecure. They have all because of what they're seeing. They feel like we didn't have that. You know what I'm saying?
Most of these kids are basically looking at somebody's 60-second clip,
Mm-hmm.
trying to compare their trying to
Yes.
compare their whole life to that. That's
Yes.
a 60-second clip you're looking at.
Right.
Granted, when this person put that phone down, they probably living worse than you.
A whole different life.
They probably they're prob
Whole
when they
different
put
life.
that phone down, they probably would hop out their shoes quicker than a hurry to hop in your shoes
Mm-hmm.
if you knew the life they really live.
So that's why I'd say, like, you know, I understand now, like, you know, those who grew up like in the after the civil rights era, and you know, it was hard on a black man. You know what I'm saying?
I
Who
mean,
knows? Like,
it
it might have
was,
been hard on your
it
father. You
was,
know what I'm
it
saying?
was,
Like,
but as
it's
a black man, has it stopped being hard?
nah, it's not. But
Because we got our own look. They had their struggles, right?
for sure,
The generation before them, they had their
for
struggles.
sure,
The generation before them, they had their struggles.
slaves.
We are different. We are a different generation. We got our struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Our kids with these fucking cell phones, they got their struggles.
Mm-hmm.
When Does this cycle stop? Everybody gonna have their struggles.
We
But
stop it.
should we continue to make these excuses?
No, we stop it by understanding that, listen, yo, they're gonna be who they this is my father, this is my mother, they're gonna be who they are. I can't expect them to think how I think and to see that, hey, this is wrong, how to treat your child. And I see it's wrong, and I'm gonna give them grace,
But that's how I see it sometimes. Like,
you know?
I look at it like this. Yo, if I can see it,
Hmm.
I can, how can't you?
Because some people are born on the spectrum and they can't, no, for real, like everybody's brain, like we're all born differently.
Yeah, definitely.
I truly believe like some people's brains just can't fathom. Like my daughter's dating this kid, right? The one who had the baby, my daughter, right? She's dating this kid. So this kid comes over. I told him, like, I thought he was on the spectrum. Like, cause he comes over and like he'll say like random stuff. Like if you say, hey, I like Baltimore Ravens, fuck Baltimore, just out of like my son's
You might have Tourette's.
that's what I said. My son's best friend was over. He grew up, talking about his hair, man. That's fucking stupid. Like he'll say things, and I told him like I called him up the next day and was like, yo, I need to have a talk with you, man. I'm like, yo, you haven't been diagnosed with autism or anything like
Right.
that? Because I didn't want to talk about him behind his back, but he's like, nah, man. He's like, this, I just speak what I don't be thinking about what other people feel, like how they feel about certain things. And I'm like, listen, we humans, like you gotta calculate how someone else is gonna feel. But it made me think, some people's brain just like to them, they could say like, me, I'm a filter what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna calculate if that's gonna hurt that person. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I filter my words sometimes, but I'm also good at reading the room.
For sure,
I'm
me
not gonna
too.
say no off the wall shit. And when I got it might be a little sensitive. You know what I'm saying?
You
No, I'm gonna read the room first. But if I'm in the room with my peers who take my kind of sense of humor,
right.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
Exactly.
Throw it in there. Catch the
Exactly.
hoop. You know what I'm saying? But if
Exactly.
I know I'm around people who might be a little shaky,
Yeah.
no, I'm not gonna say it.
Or people you just met.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I just feel like I know you want your father to be able to be like, but said you just gotta be like, look, we can't we can't worry about like if he's gonna make the change because you make the change. It's like that's why I said to my siblings, like, I'm not trying to be in judgment mode anymore. Who you are is who you are. And if I choose to have a relationship with you from here on out, I'm gonna accept you for who you are. And I'm not gonna, because my siblings, I'm out of 8, I'm number 7. They pretty much all older than me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like for so long, it's like, man, I'm fucking making this change. Why the fuck ain't you? We grew up in the same household. My father took us all to learn how to meditate. He brought us to this like somewhere out on Long Island to learn how to meditate. Took us to the city to learn qigong, which is dealing with qi, getting rid of your negative qi, bringing in positive qi, and like taught us all this stuff. We were pescatarians. The diet, like we were drinking carrot juice, beet juice, from like all the stuff my father did for us, man. And I'm like, why ain't they picking up? Like, what's up? Like, why you ain't on I, I gotta stop doing that. I gotta accept them for who they are and come to them if I want to have a relation. Now, if you don't want to have a relationship with your pops, all right. But if you want to have a relationship with your father, you build that relationship. Don't expect him to call you. Don't expect you build the relationship.
I feel like what holds me off on that because I'm not gonna say I don't want a relationship with my father. I still, I love my father. You know, he is who he is. He have his moments. I think what I share with him though is the reason why I am the way I am when I do certain things when it comes to dealing with him is we both are headstrong.
Mm,
You ain't finna tell him nothing. He gonna go about it how he wanna go about it.
right,
And I'm like what we were just talking about with him saying like what I was just speaking of is not giving our parents excuses.
right.
And that's how I'm so headstrong on that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, if I can do it, you older than me, you can do it.
But don't you think though also like, you know, if you can't have a healthy relationship with your family, like how can you have a healthy relationship with your wife, your kids, like if your other relationships are fractured?
That's what I think I need to like mend those relationships.
Yeah,
But I'm not trying to continue. Like I'm not trying to pass down the trauma. Like
right,
like I do talk to my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like even my daughter even wanted to box, right? Uh, she wanted to box. I trained my daughter.
right.
Uh, I work with my daughter. Uh, I, I supported my daughter, whether she wanted to box, run track, uh, cheerleader, whatever she wanted to do, whatever she put her mind to, I told her she can do it. But when it came to boxing, right, she wanted to box. So that's what she wanted to do. My daughter can crack too, so I'm like, yeah,
You got one.
we got one. You know?
I
We got
already
one.
know.
Saying, but she got in there and sparred. Moment she got hit, pop, tears.
Mm-hmm.
Saying she was like, she said, "Daddy, I'm not a boxer. I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter."
That's what's up.
I didn't say no. I didn't invested this time in you. Gonna keep
Mm-hmm.
doing it. No,
Right.
said, take these gloves out, girl. Get your ass on my face.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead back to drawing like you was. You know what I'm saying I'm still supporting whatever she do, but I'm not going to make her do something that her heart is not in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying like I'm not finna drill her out. And then even when like I said when it comes to dealing with my daughter, I'm more like I'm stern.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they don't. I feel like they're like they're I'm not gonna say they're misunderstood or they're misunderstanding me because my kids they don't fear me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that my sternness come off as like a no tolerance for bullshit ass person
Right.
that they respect me
Mm-hmm.
because you can't fear me but then come and smack me upside the head and be like, "Come on, let's go."
Right.
No, because if you fear me, smack me upside the head, I choke the hell out you.
Right.
And no, like so my kids play with me,
Mm-hmm.
but they know like if you fucking up, I will get on your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So they respect me. So uh as a father, I don't deal with my kids how my father dealt with us.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm more of their father. Talk with me. What's going on?
And that's where you broke the cycle.
Yeah. What's happening? Talk to me. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
let's go.
Yeah.
Daddy, you love me? Yeah, I love you. Come here, give me a hug. Give me a kiss. Mwah.
Right.
Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I play with him a lot because my daughter, she got a dance coming up too. I think it's in December. Got a dance coming up. She said, "You coming to my dance?" I said, "What day is it on?" It's the same day that the Liam Powell fight.
Oh, okay.
I said, I got a podcast to do. She started crying instantly.
What?
That's how sensitive she is. She started when I say crying, I don't mean fake tears. I mean real tears. Movie acting tears. Crying, pouring.
Well, damn.
So man, I'm like, out of all your out of all your track events, how many did I miss? She said none. I said, out of all your school dances, how many did I miss? She said none. I said, out of anything that you want to do that's dealing with school or any other extracurricular activities, how many did I miss? She said none. Make it think I'm miss this one.
Right.
You said you had a podcast to do. Girl, I can do the podcast anytime.
Straight up.
I'm not for the miss. Do anything. You know what I'm saying? So I play with my kids like that, but
Yeah.
she's one of those type you can't. Super sensitive. You know?
Yeah. Straight up. Straight up.
Yeah, I'm saying? But no. I'm definitely breaking a cycle. Because once my kids get to an age where they want kids, even if they do want kids, I don't want them to pass on that trauma. I don't want this to keep being recycled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because where do it stop?
Yeah. I've definitely passed it on though. I'm guilty. I was man. I've done in the past 5 years, I've done a lot of growing. Could say I was a fucked up individual, say. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
I
Hey,
was
man. I'm not gonna say I wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
I was not the best husband, not the best father, still struggling in the parent department. Got a whole lot better at being a husband because I've learned how to just shut the fuck up and, let her think she's running shit. You're not, but I mean, I let you think that, but uh yeah, so man, family, man, it's tough, man. It's tough. But I really think personally, not just because I did it, I think you should make that call. Say what's up, like you the Joker. Call him up, like, what up, man? What you doing, man? Joke with him and shit. Like, it'd be like, what the fuck? Yeah, what up, man? What you do today?
I'm gonna definitely make it. Hopefully, just keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully, when I call him, because normally this is how conversation be. I call him like, "Hey, what's going on, Paul?" Hey, what's going on?
Mm.
I'll be like, "Oh no, I'm just calling, just checking on." Oh, okay. Oh, so how's the boxing going?
Well, there was a lull in there. So, okay, this is what I'm saying then.
Be like, oh,
Let me give you a little input if I could put it. Don't leave the space in
yeah,
between.
yeah.
I
Just pick up and just
flood
run.
them with questions. So what you been doing, man? Like what you kind of work? You been working on a house? You been, just constant questions. He be like constant question. There's gonna be no boxing talk because he ain't gonna be able to have an open to ask that question. But if he,
And even when I go home, when I go home and I visit, sometimes when I go home and be like big fights going on.
right,
Parents is of that age where they don't know how to deal with technology either. And you know how back in their day it was HBO
uh-huh,
and cable
uh-huh.
HBO fights on.
Oh, I already
My
know
father's of that generation. So when it comes to like the zones, the top ranks,
they lost.
Amazon, they don't know where to fight at. How you get the fight on?
They lost.
It's on the app. What's the app?
Mm-hmm.
Your TV. It's a smart TV. It has apps. You just type what you're looking for, and it's going. Okay, okay. So now you need the app, pops. Download the app. And he think you can download the app and you can see the fight. No, now you got to pay for your subscription. So it's different for them. But you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
like
Nah, I know it.
I let my father on my account. You know what I'm saying, but when it came to watching the fight again, now he need to know how to get back to this app. Man.
Oh, I already know. My father is when I was the same way though. I'm not even gonna front. When I got with my wife, I really didn't know how to use a computer, a cell phone. Like she likes, I promise she school because my father like really had us like in like a boot camp type setting. Like
Yeah.
it was man, we weren't allowed to do much, man. It was like he owned a shop. He had his own cabinet shop. He made furniture and stuff. So after school, we had to go to his shop, help build furniture. We weren't allowed to TV, none of that. So it was wild, man. It was wild.
Yeah, man.
What happened?
No, everything good. Everything good. Everything good. Everything good, man. Uh, Another thing I wanted to get into before, you know what I'm saying? Hey, make sure, man.
You are now listening to the Beyond the Gloves podcast. Subscribe now.
Make sure y'all stay locked in, man. Like I
For
said,
sure.
we gonna talk about some of everything, man. Saying the first little segment was family, man. I mean, like I said, you deal with a lot, man. A lot of people don't know a lot of things that boxers go through. I think if y'all did, most people who got compassion in their heart, you'll give these fighters a little bit more grace than what you give on them. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and you know what I'm saying, you'll be able to understand them more, especially if said boxer that you want to fight is going through some of the same BS that you probably went through, that you probably had a horrible time getting through, and they are going through that same thing, and they are training for a fight, and you'll give them a little bit more grace, man.
For sure.
But man, one of the things we were talking about the other day, man, I don't know if you want to talk about it because it might get a little spicy.
What's that?
Man, the interracial dating or interracial marriages, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We still deal with, you know what I'm saying, cock eyes today.
Oh, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? Evil eyes. Somebody look at you, you know what I'm saying, like sideways because they see you with somebody who's not of your ethnicity. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like what's the problem?
I just feel like when it comes to uh black women are very territorial,
Okay.
and I feel like, their thing is their men belong to them. You know what I'm saying? And when they see, you know, I mean, forgive me, I don't mean to be arrogant or anything or cocky, but we're some handsome guys, and it's like uh they're like, "Hey, why ain't you with a black?" You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I love what I love. You know what I'm saying? This is who makes me happy. Should you not be happy? So, I mean, I've got very strong black sisters, mother, and my mother once told me, she was like, "Boy, Gilo, why don't you like black women?" I was like, "I like black women, man, but I just love me some Hispanic women too." You know what I'm saying? So,
Chiquita. You know what I'm saying?
but so I just feel like, and I always try to see things through the perspective of like, black women, and it's not. I'm not trying to give them an out or whatever, but like they come from like a lineage of where black men were taken out of the household at
Yeah.
a certain point, were thrown in prison, from back in slavery, they were separated. So like all of this, I feel like is somewhat embedded in our culture. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that, black women were the ones raising the family,
But I feel like
you know?
most times, as I'm not speaking for black women, but I'm gonna just go ahead and
Go ahead. Yeah, do your thing.
insert this in real quick.
Do your thing.
Uh, why do most black women feel like that when most black women are throwing black men away? Especially this day and age, females don't want you unless you're making a certain income. You
Mhm.
look like this. You got 6-pack abs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, a lot of it is it's crazy. Um uh I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think they're susceptible to that bullshit that's going on, what our kids are going through. You know what I'm saying? They want, yeah, they fucking, what was that shit? 6 foot, six figures,
The
like,
666 rule.
yeah,
Sorry, say it to me.
yeah. It's telling me that. I heard that on the Breakfast Club
Breakfast Club. Yeah,
was talking about that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? That's a thing? What
yeah.
the hell? Like,
6 figures, 6 feet, and what was the other six?
I think it was six or bigger, right? Or with the meat. That's what I thought.
Pause.
That's what, right? 6 foot.
Hey, 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 hey!
I think so.
I don't know what the other six is, but hey, Hey, you're ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's got to be that. Because I'm trying to think what other six shit.
Hey, you gonna get us playing this year, man?
Oh shit. God damn, we gonna edit that out. But anyway, so I don't know, man. I just feel like so I just, I feel like people should stop, like, get in where you fit in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you love someone, and that's all it matters to me. Like, my wife, we've been together for going on 18 years.
Yeah.
Uh, she's Mexican for everybody out there, okay? Um, and she completes me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my better half. We bump heads, we go through the ups and downs, the roller coasters of a relationship, but does it matter that she's not of the same complexion?
It shouldn't matter.
Like, does that
No.
even, what is that even like? At the end of the day, we are all human. And at the end of the day, we're all gonna die. So it's like, why are we worrying about something, you know, something as small as like what somebody's skin color is? You know what I'm saying? Like that just to me doesn't, it never made sense, because my father, he is the yellowest. He's not like a Chris Brown yellow. He's like, he could pass for like being Hispanic.
Right.
Like my father is super yellow. His mother is like, I don't know what it is about in Bermuda, but they got some yellow ass niggas, like high yellow.
Mm.
We got pulled over once going back to New York driving. The police officer said, "We got a Hispanic male." My father's like, "No, no, no, I'm black." He took that as like a
Oh,
slight, to his character. So like I just never understood why, people care about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, people gonna have an opinion about everything, man. I mean, even Dr. Umar got an opinion.
oh, that nigga got too much to say. That
You, hey, you dating a Hispanic woman. I mean, my fault. You married to a Hispanic woman.
I am totally against it. And
well, I am totally against you not putting that school together. Where the money at, Dr. Umar? Like, what's going on? Like,
Hey, man,
aren't you?
it's getting better, man. It's getting better.
You know,
No, like, go back to what we were talking about, like with the interracial dating or interracial marriages. Matter of fact, something that happened like months ago.
uh-huh.
I'm at the gym training. I'm working with some kids or whatever. Wife get in an accident. Boom. She
Mm-hmm.
called me. I'm saying somebody T-boned her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she was at the Walmart. I drop everything.
Yeah, on your way.
Hurry up, run now. Man. You know what I'm saying? She's real frantic. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to deal with this situation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I get there. Woman who hit her, I'm like, God damn. Why? Why? Woman who hit her used to do my hair.
God damn. What the fuck?
So,
Talk about
hey,
small work.
crazy thing, yeah, real small world because the woman who hit her, like her shop that I used to go to, and she don't live that far from her shop, wasn't even nowhere near that side of town.
Wow.
So I'm look, will be the last person who I would ever think. But I'm like, so I get on scene. She like, huh? You know what I'm saying? She hit me, this, that, and the other.
Right.
So the woman, she like, black woman. She like, this your husband? I'm like, she like, what she say? She said something like this fam. Like, saying like she know me, like. So I'm looking like, what the? At this point, I'm looking like, oh, damn, it had to be you. Like, it could have been any other person in Houston.
Right.
Like, but it was somebody who I'm not gonna say I knew her personally, but she just did my hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have a personal relationship with her or anything like that. She just did my hair a few times. And I'm like, what? So, first things first. I gotta make sure wife is okay.
For sure.
What was wrong with me making sure my wife is okay?
Nothing.
I told you that this is my wife.
Mm-hmm.
When her friends got on the scene, oh, went crazy. Her friends, this stud looking chick, this other stud looking chick, and then I guess her grandmother. They all came there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She hit me, woo. And this black man won't stand up for his sisters. This black man is married to this woman who you hit. This is my wife.
So
Race go to the side. This is my wife.
So basically,
Their job is to protect my wife.
you were supposed to side with them because y'all got the same skin tone.
I am totally against it, and I want to make sure you understand why.
Bruh, make that make sense to me. There ain't no way in hell I'm going to side with you. Cause let's just say in an imaginary world,
Right.
let's just say I'm that crazy enough to do that. Once y'all leave from this accident, guess who I got to go home with?
I know who you go home
You know
with.
what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I'm not stupid.
And even
And what man in his right mind is gonna side with you?
right.
I don't have a. First of all, I don't know you like that to side with you.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, I don't know you like that to side with you. And third of all, this is my wife. I'm not gonna side with you over any like you stupid.
Right.
Put the race to the side. And then she kept throwing race out there though. She kept saying like this black man wanna down black sisters. Where are you getting this from?
But how did you down anybody though? That's the
Because I
thing.
stuck
That ain't even in your character.
I stuck up for my wife.
That's not even in your character though. You sticking up for your wife is not down to nobody.
Then I
That's
took a picture of the car, right? And I took a picture of my wife's car. She, oh, he taking pictures?
yeah, that's what you do with an accident.
That's what she's supposed to do. That's what she's
Yeah.
supposed. And then another thing I did
Nah,
because I didn't know if she was gonna wait till the ambulance. You know what I'm saying, pulled up on the scene. So I started recording the whole little altercation because she was blowing up. I'm
for
calm,
sure.
cool. I'm telling my wife,
Uh-huh.
stay in the car, stay cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying.
Uh-huh.
I want to stay until the police get here, but I'm recording the scene, right?
Is everything you supposed to do.
Reason why I'm recording because I want to make sure I got you on tape.
Yeah.
Got you on recording, walking around fine. Ain't nothing
Right.
going on. Cause I don't want the ambulance pull up. You
Later
like,
on.
oh, I can't feel my neck. You back.
Mm-hmm.
No, now you faking.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. I got you on tape.
For
So she
sure.
like, cause she was doing that to me. She was recording and everything. But
Right.
then it ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun. So when I started doing it, now it's a problem.
Right.
Oh, he recording us? Oh, what you gonna do? Then the little stud looking chick trying to pump her
Try to
chest
buck
hard.
up.
Sis, you not that. Stop it.
You ain't even got a
Stop
Peter, girl.
Stop it. Stop it. I'm not here for that.
Right.
I'm here to make sure my wife is okay.
Straight up.
That's the only thing I'm here. I'm not here to go back and forth with you.
Right.
I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to minimize
Mm-hmm.
this right here. I'm not here to bicker. I'm not here to say who was in the wrong.
Right.
Because she was going the opposite way, you was going the opposite way. You T-bone her. Look,
Right.
at this point, y'all both is in the wrong. I'm not going to side with you, okay? I'm here to make sure my wife is okay, make sure everything is taken care of.
Right.
That's all I'm here for. But you want to stay bickering with me and then want to call me basically like an ain't shit ass black man because I'm sticking up for my wife? Like, make it make sense.
It doesn't make sense, but that's the world we living in now. And that's how like, you see Democrats are able to pander to black people and be like, hey, you need to vote, we gonna be the ones, like one thing about our culture, our community is so big on color conscious, like being aware of our skin color so much. Like, yes, there's been police brutality, but it's like always like, oh man, we get it the worst, black people, this and that. Like it's always, we're always looking at this, we're living off, yo, I get it. Racism exists. I get all of that. But like, yo, get out here in the world and do your thing. This is America. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many examples of people being successful. Stop always thinking about race. Stop like, dealing with your brother and being like, oh my God, he's with this. He like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Like, why is that important? Like, she was expecting you to actually like side with her over your wife. That to me is like mind boggling because it's like,
Diabolical.
shorty, this is my woman.
Like,
You hit her.
and then she said something else that was like ridiculous because she was like, I said something like, she was going off, and I'm trying to keep the conversation. I'm trying to keep everything calm. I'm like, yo, my job. I'm like, because she was like, you gonna stick up? You gonna take her side? She said some bullshit like that. I'm like, yo, this is my wife. My job is to protect her. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. She gotta protect her. I ain't got nobody to protect me. Uh, that's your problem. That's
Right.
not my problem.
Straight
You know what I'm
up.
saying? Like, just because she got a protector and her protector happened to be a black man.
I feel sorry for her. I really do. I feel sorry for people like that who, always want to be playing the victim and like, because that's gotta be like a miserable existence. Like you have to know you in the wrong, and you have to know it's not the place of this black man who pulls up to like look out for. He's got to look out for his family. That's his family. That's his. You know what I'm saying?
Like I
Like
said, man, I don't get what
I feel sorry for people like
supposed
that.
to be thinking,
Say
man. Like,
I
hey,
really do, man. Cause
and then
that's
to make it seem like, because I'm not gonna lie, I left that altercation or whatever. I left that thinking like,
what the fuck happened.
what happened? But then I just like, I'm not gonna lie, because sometimes, you know what I'm saying, little negativity. Sometimes if you give it the door, it's gonna slide right
It's
in.
going, yeah,
Or
man.
even if you crack that window, it's gonna slide right in.
Mhm.
I left like thinking like, damn, do I not love my black sisters? And then I had to think like, Negro, you got a black mother who you love dearly. You got black sisters who you love dearly. You got aunties who you love dearly.
And
Cousins.
yeah,
I
and
love black women.
of I mean,
But I also love my wife.
right,
Like, you
right,
stupid.
right.
To snap out of it, like, man, boy said, don't let that crazy motherfucker get in your head, man. You know what I'm saying?
When you showed up, you like, yo, everybody good? Y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
No?
I showed up, I ran straight to my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's going on? She's frantic. You know what I'm saying? She's
Right.
never been in a situation like this before. So my job is to first calm her down.
Mm-hmm.
Let her know, look,
Right.
don't worry about it. Where's your insurance? Let me get everything out.
Word.
I'll handle the situation. You ain't gotta do nothing. You ain't gotta do
Right.
nothing. You ain't gotta talk to her. You ain't gotta be.
So you went over and talked to her,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
she fucking
Let me deal with
she
the situation. You just stay calm. Stay calm.
and she was like, "Hey, boo." She like, motherfucker, I don't know you like that.
Oh, when I popped up on scene, she was like, this your husband? She was like,
Oh, I
this fam. So my wife was a little thrown off, like, fam, what are you,
what the fuck?
fam? I'm like,
She done braided my hair a few times.
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh man, man, why did it have to be you?
Straight up.
It
That's
could have been
so.
anybody else in this parking lot, man.
I feel like that's the universe
Yeah,
teaching you a lesson, man.
like
For
to
some
poke at you,
reason,
play little
yeah.
tricks on you. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like, but what do you want me to learn? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
what's the
Another
lesson?
joke, another, you know what I'm saying? Something I feel like I have to deal with, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Talk to me.
Like I told you about the
Oh
Walmart situation.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? Walmart ladies at the door. She's from Afghanistan.
Okay.
Uh so she always see me and my wife walk in. Sometimes we'll walk in with the kids because we could take Walmart trips together. Kids love going to Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Uh
Got everything in it.
and always smiling. Always smiling.
Friendly.
Yeah, real friendly, real friendly. One time, wife decided to go to Walmart without me.
Right.
I don't know what she was going for. Walmart got everything.
Mm.
Lady approached her. Lady told her like, I guess she first asked, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like, not here with your husband and there, woo woo. Then she proceeded to tell her like, oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, you're so beautiful. What she say? She say, oh, I would love you for my son.
Wow.
But you married and you got kids.
Yo, no, she did.
Just because you got a hole in your mouth don't mean you got to open it and just spew out
Yeah.
anything that's coming out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, they smile in your face all the time. They want to take
No,
your place. You
but
know what I'm saying?
that's it's like cultures, man.
Yeah.
They are so like I was talking about with black women. It's a territorial thing. They see your wife and it's like, man, she's supposed to be one of us, like
Yeah.
another, you know. And I don't think it's like a slight at you. It's just that's the way they're bred. You
Yeah,
know what
but
I'm
you
saying?
feel like let's just say for instance, it's not a slight at me. I'm a I'm big on energy.
For sure.
Keep that same energy.
Most
When you see me, don't play that with me.
yeah.
Because don't you know after that, the next time she see me, cause I ain't see her for like about a week. The next time she seen me, it wasn't she seen me by myself, not with my wife. She seen me by by myself or whatever. It wasn't it wasn't that. She
Cause she knew she fucked
she
up.
gave me one of these.
Yeah, she knew
And,
she
and
was
not one
like,
and not a like a one of those.
oh, so she was letting you know then, like,
I'm like,
so maybe all the was only because you were with your
wife,
wifey.
yeah.
That was all like, so you
Wait,
got to, yeah.
like I said, approach me with your real energy. Give me that real, so I can give you my real. You
Wow.
nodding here.
I, and did she know like this is like y'all talk to her and say, hey, we married this and all? She knew.
My wife actually had a conversation with her.
Wow.
I pulled up at McDonald's one day because McDonald's was in Walmart. I'm just going there just to get a coffee, I think, or something like that. And my wife said she talked to her like, like asking a question like, "Where's he from?"
Because he not one of us.
They just like us.
Not one of us. I mean, we got some dark ones over there, but they don't look like.
Yeah. She said she told her, and she was like, "Where you from?" My wife said she told her, from like Pakistan.
Mm,
So they had like a little brief little conversation. She probably wanted to ask some more, like, "How did he get you?
yeah.
How did you go there?"
Why?
like, like,
Why?
I'm like, man. My thing is like, yo, leave that other. Like, just because a black man is with somebody of a different ethnicity, don't mean that man don't love black women. That man came from a black woman. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? That man probably got black sisters, black aunties, black grandma.
hmm
Uh, that don't mean he loved black women any less. You love who you love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think though, to be transparent and honest, like I think that's probably why I started. I've always loved Hispanic women, but I think that's kind of what drove me there. Maybe, my mother not giving me that love. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my sisters, like, I was never really close. So I think maybe that has something to do with, you know, me being so attracted to Hispanic women, and I've dated black women before, but uh nah, I'm lying. I didn't smash, but I never I didn't never dated. I never was in the actual one Sabrina when I was like back in like middle school.
He giving shout outs and everything.
Yeah, yeah, Sabrina back in middle school. Oldfield Middle School. Long Island. But um yeah, so I think that's why, I have, yeah, my relationship with my moms, man. Yeah, man. I think that drove me.
Not blaming none of my moms. I think I was probably the only one in my family or my close family that I know of who have dated
Outside?
outside.
Mm.
I dated Puerto Rican, I dated Mexican, I dated Asian.
But you said you was out there.
I was traveling. I was
Shit,
traveling.
you know what I'm
I got an
saying?
uncle who got a son who stay in England.
Mm.
Not moved to England, no, live in England. Cause my uncle,
Papa was a rolling stone.
so hey,
Yeah,
but like I said, I'm glad I went through those experiences
for
because
sure.
it made me who I am today. And I
Yeah.
had to learn certain things because who knows? It's men our age right now who are still doing the things we was doing at
Oh,
17
without
today.
without a doubt.
I wouldn't be caught dead doing the same things I was doing at 17, 20, 25.
Hell no.
That I, you know what I'm saying, doing
Yeah,
today.
running out
No.
in these streets, all this. Man, you see what's going on in these streets now? Oh my.
Nowadays, I'm not gonna lie. I feel sorry for some of these brothers out
Oh
here.
my God, for real.
Some of these shims and hey, hold on. Some of these days and thems out there, you don't know what they are.
Right. But also the STDs seem to be
Man, crazy,
prevalent, man.
crazy.
My wife sent me like she on TikTok. So she had to like record it because I ain't on TikTok. And she sent me like the STDs out here and just use oh my God damn. Ugh. You dirty motherfuckers out here trying to look all cute and
Crazy,
shit right out here packing.
right? It's
So yeah,
scary out here, man.
these streets you gotta be careful.
Scary.
I told my son, look, hey, if you wanna be, he got a woman, and man, Dad, I be wanting to, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, listen,
Man, come on, man. You can't be
that's
out here. You can't be
that's
dry.
not. I said that's not where it's
You
at,
can't be
son.
dry snitching on your son, man.
Nah, he know what it is. I told him like,
No, yeah, no, that's definitely not worth it. I mean, especially if you are who you are, today,
mm-hmm.
you lived through that already.
I've done the
You did your
I
mistake.
did the
It's
cheating
it's 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 your job to prevent him from making those same mistakes you went through.
for
You know
sure,
what I'm saying? So
and
no, tell him correct. No, no,
yeah,
no, 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 no,
it's
no, no.
not.
If
It's
you with that woman and that woman believe and she trusts you and you don't want to lose that
mm-hmm.
because it's easy to lose,
And
hard to get back.
and he got a good woman, man. Like she's like, uh, he don't have no kids by her, but he's got 2 kids.
Yeah,
But she take care of his kids like they hers, yo. Like got them on schedules and
Caper.
like
What's your
she
son name?
Bakari.
Caper. This coming from. Uh, I'm sorry, I gotta say it. This coming from two old heads. Hey, Caper.
Bro,
It's cheaper to keep her.
yeah, she
Keep her. She good. Hey, and trust me, if you don't want to take the words of two, I'm not gonna say old head. We some young old head. Hey, if you don't want to take the words of, hey, do what you want to do then. Learn the hard way. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
I'm
I
saying,
mean, and
hit your head a few times. Learn the hard way.
and that's what I feel he got to do, you know, because it's like 25. He got some more fucking up to do.
Oh yeah, oh a whole lot.
He
You on
got
25?
yeah,
Oh,
he got a lot more
a
fucking up.
whole lot. You might not get it right until you about 32, 33.
I'm
You
saying
know what I'm saying?
I don't think I got it right until about 35, 36. 36.
I,
Like I was fucking
I just got it right last year.
shit, fucking what? I was like, you know, I don't know. It's you gotta want to grow up.
Definitely.
You know, you just gotta want to grow up. You gotta want to be like, you know. But anyways, man. So yeah, my black sisters, I love you. I think you're so beautiful. Like, I mean, I'm
Speak the
telling
truth,
you,
man. Speak the truth.
like the most beautiful woman in the world is my mother, and she is a black queen. So, you know, I love y'all. You know, I'm just married to a Hispanic one, though. You know what I'm saying? So please, you know,
Man, you better not. Don't
just
hit
you
it with
know.
no. Just man, no man. Man, no man.
Nah, I
Hey,
mean, it's
celebrate your wife, man.
no,
Hey,
wife know what it
ain't no.
is.
I'm just married to.
You know what I'm saying?
No, look.
He said,
I say it with your heart. Hey, black women out there. I got black sisters. I got a black mother. I got black daughters. You know what I'm saying?
fucking
I
right.
love black women,
For sure.
man. But I love and I am so in love with my wife.
No doubt.
And I'm not sorry for that. I love who I love. Y'all love who y'all love, man.
Hey, but I'm 18 years in, so she just, I felt like that too when me and my wife, you know what I'm saying? But we've been in too long now. It's like,
Hey, you supposed to keep feeling like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
you know what I'm saying?
Young.
Nah, we like, listen,
Young.
look, we best friends, but boy, let me tell you that motherfucker, I get on you get on my like that's where it's at. And that's where I want it to be, like
Yeah, man.
that girl's, she knows she my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like she already know what it is.
Definitely.
She already know.
And we're gonna keep it street, we're gonna keep it G straight like that, man. We gonna cap this off because we've been going for a while, man. But
Shit.
we gonna continue to bring great conversation to y'all, man. Like I said, man, y'all stay locked in with me. We gonna get right back to the boxing. We got Liam Pyro, we got the rematch, AJ, not AJ, I'm stupid. Tyson Fury and Usyk.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
coming up.
We got the Morel and Benavidez coming up in what's that, February?
February 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you hear that Tank? They rescheduled that for March 1st.
I think you was telling me
They
that.
talking about doing that for Madison Square Garden, not Houston no more.
What the fuck happened?
Yeah. I think Amazon have. I think Al Heyman got a little. He might have something going on over there.
Yeah, man.
Cause I mean, I'll be damned. The Morel versus Benavidez. That's pay per view. That's not even pay per view worthy, yo.
You don't think?
Go look at the undercard. You tell me if you think. I'll see if you had a dope undercard.
Undercard's whack?
It's trash, bro. Trash. Trash.
God
I
damn.
got an undercard fighting on some undercard fighting. Man, I'm not, bro.
Damn.
Bro, if I watch that, like, I'm gonna report on it because that's what I do.
Damn.
But if I pay for that, it's only because I probably wouldn't have for somebody. I'm not for that. Because if they charging, you know what they charged for their last one? 90.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not paying 90 to see Benavidez fight Morel. And then to turn around and have to pay for another Tank win in March. Bro, who doing that?
Yeah, for real.
Now I got money, but come on, bro.
We about to watch the highlights then, Monday.
I can't be one of those podcasts who be reporting on highlights. Just break out those fire sticks, man. Hey,
yo.
I'm breaking out the fire sticks,
Straight
man.
up.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
need the black box like my father used to have back in the day.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They need the black box, man.
yeah, definitely. But stay locked in with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Always great doing business with my boy $1 Billion B, you know what I'm saying? And
For sure, for sure.
if you ain't know,